Hi everyone, good afternoon. Again, another Friday, and this time we're coming on at the same time as the soccer game.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So, if you're watching us, we appreciate you joining us.
Can we
Thank
put it on
you.
behind us so they can see it?
No.
No? Sorry, I tried.
No. If you don't know me, I'm Rafi, and that's Greg over there.
Hello.
And our guest today is Ellie, and she's going to talk to us about her profession. In the meantime, if you have any questions for us, please put it into the comments, and we will read them out loud. Okay? All right, Ellie, welcome. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I really enjoy getting to be here, getting to know you a little better. We met at the last event, and I was very impressed with the community that you have.
Yeah, we built a good community of business owners, you know, or professionals that that have like small businesses or work in a smaller business environment.
And that's very important. I really appreciate that you guys give us space for those of us who are starting.
Yes. So tell us what you do for a living.
So I have a few professions that I practice at the same time. I manage small hotels in the downtown LA area.
Oh, okay.
I also have a license to real estate. And I recently became a member of the Terranova real estate group here in Culver City. And I'm also a notary public. I have a license to do.
Oh, a notary. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a combination of a lot of things. On my free time, I do have a nonprofit organization, and that's one of the things that I feel very proud about.
Good.
And
Well, tell us about it.
Sure. We started about 10 years ago as a grassroots organization. We started collecting items that were essential to a decent living. And when we realized that we had a lot of things that we couldn't distribute here anymore, we started donating those things in Tijuana, Mexico, where people were housed under very serious circumstances. A lot of the shelters that we sponsor are housing kids with terminal diseases, and we just decided that our efforts were going to be focused in that area.
Okay.
So every year we try to support their shelters.
What is your nonprofit have a name?
It's called Pink Coyote Project.
Pink what?
Pink Coyote Project.
Oh, how do you spell that?
Is pink and then coyote, the animal.
Oh, coyote.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then project, yes.
Okay. Nice. Where does the name come from?
I am Pink Coyote. So I used to, when I was younger, I used to be a runner. I stopped running about 3 years ago from injuries. But I have been a runner all my life since I remember, and I got the nickname because I used to run at night at Griffith Park and always be surrounded by coyotes. But I never had a problem with them, so I had friends that used to call me Coyote because of.
Can you run a coyote?
I could long time ago, not anymore.
That's impressive.
Wow. That is impressive.
Long time ago.
Well, you're in the right place. We got lots of them here.
And I just ran into one because I still hike at the Culver City stairs.
Okay.
I ran into some, but they're not aggressive.
Did he recognize you from before?
I'm pretty sure they still know me.
Yeah.
We're still family.
Okay. Good.
There's a lot of coyotes coming into the urban areas now.
Yes.
So
It's happening. The only thing that I can tell you is that coyotes, they do go for smaller animals.
Yes.
But in general, they're very gentle animals when treated properly, like any other animal.
As long as they're not provoked. Yeah.
They're not provoked, exactly.
Okay.
Okay. So, does your nonprofit have a website?
We do, that it's under construction because we run into some issues. But that will be pinkcoyoteproject.com.
pinkcoyoteproject.com. That's the name of her nonprofit. If you guys just joined us, we're talking to Ellie, and she's going to tell us more about her nonprofit and hotel management and what else? Real estate, notary.
Notary.
Did I forget anything?
No.
It's probably 4 or 5 more. We don't have time.
We're gonna be in a whole week if we keep coming with more.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll figure it out as we go.
So the hotels that you manage, are they big hotels, small hotels? What size?
These are 3-star hotels. But I can tell you this. Oftentimes, because my boss owns 5-star hotels as well, oftentimes a 3-star hotel will have better quality than a 5-star hotel. And I do not just mean by the physical building,
The service,
but the
cleanliness.
service,
Okay.
the stuff. So I always recommend you guys to go to smaller hotels.
Okay. Well, how small is small? How small are these hotels?
Well, I'll give you 2 examples. We have one that is 40 units.
Okay.
I will consider that small.
Okay.
And then I have another one that is 90 units.
How many stories are these?
2.
Okay.
Okay.
And although they're both, one is double the size, it takes the same amount of effort from stuff.
Sure.
And I get, honestly, because I have been in the business for about 10 years now.
Okay.
I can easily tell you that oftentimes you get exactly the same thing as a 5-star hotel.
It's fantastic.
So just know that's it.
Okay.
But you pay less.
You pay a lot less. For example, we are about a mile away from downtown LA, big hotels, big names, and you will pay about a third
Wow.
of what you will pay just a mile away.
That's awesome. Have you benefited a lot from the soccer games?
We have not, because the soccer game venues are not close to us, but I know that some of the hotels closer, they have benefited. The locations that I manage are more close to downtown LA, so we do benefit from other events. Currently, we have the Expo Anime happening. It started, we started receiving guests on Wednesday because they're here for a 4-day weekend.
Right. It's
Okay.
huge. Yeah.
It's a huge event.
Oh yeah.
Every hotel within 2-mile radius is completely booked. But I do not rely on events.
Okay.
Most of the time, I keep a capacity of 90%.
Wow. So for small hotels competing against such big names, how do you get the business?
It's the manager that makes things happen.
Good answer.
So something that I do outreach. I work with the community a lot.
Okay.
And I have built relationships with organizations around us, like churches, other nonprofits. And whenever they host events, they always know that they can come to us because we support them back.
Okay.
Often we create events in our locations, like food distribution for the community. So we have built such a strong base and such a strong relationship with the community that we're often recommended.
That's great.
So I do not just rely on online reservations, but more with the support that we give back to the community. And I think that's what makes a difference with smaller hotels and big hotels.
Yeah, big
We're
hotels.
very community
Yeah,
oriented.
they could care less about the
Exactly.
community. Nothing again. I mean, that's just the way it is. It's all
Exactly.
business.
Yes.
Good for you.
So what creates a lower star status for a hotel? Like if, from a 5-star to 4-star to a 3-star, what actually,
Allowing me to
yeah.
stay there could probably be.
Yeah, you bring it down by 10.
Yeah. Sorry. Maybe it's more. Go ahead.
I'm not familiar with the ratings. What I know, it's mainly location and name. Bigger hotels like the Hiltons, because they're part of a franchise, they have their own laws that all staff has to follow, and every staff has to abide by it.
Right.
Versus smaller hotels, we're more like each hotel. It's a smaller organization, smaller group of people, and we're more flexible. For example, when booking a room with a smaller hotel, you can always book directly with the hotel and you save a lot. Versus when you are trying to book a room at a big 5-star hotel, you have to book through their website.
Or through,
If they
like,
have their own
Expedia
website or
someone else,
through a
yeah.
third-party website, and they have their own policies when it comes to cancellations.
Yeah, nobody answers the phone anymore. It's
Exactly.
really
That's
Everything
true.
has become so
awful.
automated.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you do book with a smaller hotel, you get in the one-on-one
Mhm.
experience and the flexibility. Oftentimes, I don't know how many times you have to cancel a reservation and they tell you, well, now you're responsible for the
Right.
first night.
Yeah.
Versus when you book with us, we want you to come back. We want your business in the future.
Smart.
So we'll waive all fees so that you're happy and that you want to come back to
How
us.
often does that happen, by the way?
Not often, but for example, big events like the one that is happening right now, I probably got 3 cancellations,
Okay.
but we booked them on the same day.
Yeah, okay. You're busy enough now where you can
Yes.
just boom.
We
Okay.
have a wait list.
Good.
If you guys just joined us, we're talking to Ellie, and she's telling us about the hotels that she is managing in downtown LA area. Hi, Vicky. Vicky says, other than for real estate, what are some of the common needs for a notary?
Common needs, I'm assuming from the client perspective, what would you need if you need me to notarize something? You always will be requested to bring a government ID, a valid government ID.
Okay.
And there are so many myths in that department. First, let me explain something. We work for the government. The license that we hold must represent the government.
Okay.
Therefore, we're not supposed to overcharge you. The maximum amount that we can charge per signature is $15 because we provide a service in behalf of the government. All other fees that we charge are more related to traveling
Sure, expenses.
services. For example, I am a mobile notary, so when I travel to you, I will charge the normal rate of, traveling. But it's always important to know we cannot charge you more than $15. That's one of the biggest myths. The other one comes with practicing law. We do not practice law. If you give me a document, if you allow me to read it and know the content, I can only read it to know what I'm notarizing, but I cannot answer questions
Right.
for you.
Right.
I cannot tell you how to use the document or if you need to make changes.
Okay, that comes from whoever
That's
created the document.
exactly.
You don't need
That's
that
I
responsibility.
do
yeah.
not. Yes, I do not have the authority to practice law.
So people do that for a living, but making $15, you've got to have a lot of customers. You got to do a lot of signing to make a living.
Well, I don't do it for
No,
the
I
money.
understand,
When I decided to become a notary public was because I felt there was a need through my nonprofit. There was a need for it,
Got it. Okay.
and I wanted to do it pro bono. So knowing that I didn't have to charge much, but that was something that was needed, I didn't mind going
Excellent.
through the process and become licensed.
Very nice.
Nowadays, because I'm mobile, I cover the traveling expenses, and
Oh,
that's pretty much it. My income is not generated
Not
by
generated
it. I
from
feel like there are
notary.
certain careers that you want to do them because you're creating some sort of
Great.
impact on someone's
You're
life.
helping. Yeah, you're helping someone.
Recently, when we had the fires, I was reached out by people that needed to notarize the property blueprint because there were issues with location and
Sure.
there was such a need for just helping them notarize where the property lines line. So I can't charge a person like that.
No, I understand.
I can.
Good for you. Really, that's very nice of you to do all that.
Vicky is asking also what amenities that have qualified them for higher status for the hotels. What
Okay.
amenities qualify?
The amenities for a 5-star hotel, This is very strange because we provide everything that a five-star hotel provides, but after COVID, unfortunately, we have to get rid of lunch. So a five-star hotel will provide you a warm breakfast or lunch or dinner, or room service. That comes at a price, it's not free. So oftentimes when you make a reservation, they'll ask you if you want parking, it will be added to your bill. If you want to have breakfast, it will be added. Smaller hotels will give you a lot of free things. Parking comes free, Wi-Fi comes free. They might have a simple continental breakfast that will be free.
But it's not really free because you're paying more money.
Well, no, because our rate is always
low. I'm talking about other hotels. Yeah.
Other hotels, yeah. You pay for everything. When you know you're paying for every little amenity, you know you're in a five-star hotel.
Yeah, including, what's that other charge now?
The resort fee.
Yeah, resort fee.
Resort fee, yes.
There's no resort in the desert yet.
Exactly. So that's a new thing that I've seen.
Yep.
Yeah,
Anything to get a little more dollars out of you.
If they have a resort, okay, fine. Most of them not.
Well, some people like the desert.
Yeah.
But if you're going on business and you can't even enjoy the resort.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's just a bunch of BS. Hey, Rick, nice to have you out here today.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, I think that she was explaining that, so she was not asking it as a question, but that's okay. We answered it anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Vicky.
No, it's okay. Any other questions there? I don't
Nope.
see. Okay. All right. What else do you do? So tell us more.
Okay, let's move on to real estate.
Okay.
Because honestly, that's a part that I'm really excited about. That's how I met you guys.
Okay.
I'm new to Culver City, and honestly, I have been received I really appreciate the warm welcome that I have received from this community. And when I started at Terranova, I was actually recommended to this specific company through two ladies that are familiar with the owner, and they talk so great about her. And
she's a really nice lady.
Yeah,
Griselda
is
very,
so great.
very nice.
So when they at a network event, they talk about it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm out of this event. I got what I came for. So I contacted Griselda, and she very gracefully she accepted me as a member. Yeah. And ever since I've been part of the group, she has been very supportive, which is something that I wanted to. I needed someone that wanted to support my growth. I had no rejections to anything. Everything she put on the table, I said I accept, and it's been great. And I'm learning a lot from her, honestly. So I'm sure you guys know a lot about her. I think she hosted one of your events there not long ago.
Yeah, she did.
Very good person.
Were you at that
smart.
event?
I wasn't there yet.
Okay. Yeah, that was a great event that she hosted us. Yeah, she's done a couple really great things with us, and we love her for it.
And recently we just partnered up with someone who's gonna make a big difference, and whoever is part of that project is gonna change our lives. So and she's sharing that information with us. You know, that's something you don't see in this industry. This industry is very competitive. She's sharing all that. It's kind of like if she grows, she allows us to grow with her. So that's something you don't find easily.
That's a sign of a good leader.
Yes.
Anyway.
So you're gonna do not commercial real estate, residential?
Focusing in residential, first-time buyers, especially. That's the area I want to focus because I was one of them at some point. Sure. And that's the reason I got into real estate. Like, honestly, I wanted to buy my first home. I reached out to one of my friends. I asked him a lot of questions and never got a feedback. And I'm someone who wants to know before I make a decision.
Well, good, yeah.
So my goal is to educate people. I don't just want to list someone or have someone as a client. I want to educate them about the process. It's important to me because this is the biggest investment to some people that they'll ever have in their life.
And people are very nervous when they're going through it.
Exactly. So I want them to be educated so that as we go through the process, not only they understand, but they are committed to the investment they're about to make.
Yeah.
Okay.
So education is a big deal. I'm starting a virtual class for first-time home buyers.
Nice. Okay.
So if you guys just joined us, we are talking to Ellie, and she has, well, she's a jack of a lot of trades. So yes, we are talking to her about her nonprofit, which is called Pink Coyotes. And then she also manages hotels in the downtown area. She's a realtor and a notary. Okay? So hopefully, for those of you who are watching, if you have a question specific to any of those, please put it into the comments and we will read them out loud. Okay? We do have a couple more questions. Christine, hi Christine, thank you for joining us. Can you refuse to notarize a document? If so, under what circumstances?
Yes, I can refuse notary if I see bad faith.
Okay.
And that's for every profession. Also, there are certain events where when the person is holding a document that will benefit them without the knowledge of someone else.
Okay.
So I have to be very careful when it comes to understanding for my own purpose to understand the document.
Okay.
And if I see that something will take away someone's benefit or someone's power or someone's authority,
Right.
yes, I can refuse.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see. Along the same line, what are the misconceptions people make about a notary?
The biggest one is that they think that we can make decisions in regards to documents. We are
Okay.
not lawyers. Anyone that wants to tell you what the document is about or try to explain the content, that's practicing law, and that is not good. That's a sign for you to run away the other direction.
Okay.
Okay, and then let's see. Is this a good time to sell or hold onto homes?
You know, that's always a personal decision. Right now, if you're asking me in regards to the market is pretty even. Right now, sellers and buyers, it's even. It's not a seller's market or a buyer's market. I think that if you own a home and you want to sell it, I think that you need to speak to someone that wants to educate you first, because every case is different, and that's something that I always want to teach people. It's every case, it's so unique, and what's best for you right now could not be the best for someone else in the same situation. Let me give an example. Say that I want to buy a house right now where the market is even, or there's no benefit for one or the other.
Okay.
If I have prepared myself to make a purchase, it's a good market for me, regardless of if I buy it now or in 10 years. But if I'm not prepared and I have to depend on programs, then obviously it's not going to be a good market. And the same goes for a seller. If you are prepared to sell, it's a good market anytime of the year, at any time. It's a good market when you are ready to sell. When you're not ready to sell, no matter how good the market is, you're not going to be ready. So every person is very unique. If you run into a person that is pushing you to sell or to buy, run the other direction.
Really?
No one should push you. You should be educated into either selling or buying to make the right decision and to guide you. We're here to guide you into what's the best scenario for you before you make the decision.
Well, I feel like a lot of people actually, they buy and sell quickly. They're not emotionally attached to a home. They'll buy it and then they'll live in it for a little while and they sell it maybe for a bigger house or whatever. But then I find a lot of people also the other way, where they're very attached and they don't want to sell, and
childhood home or whatever.
Yeah,
reason, they don't wanna
exactly.
hang out.
Yeah, so we do run into those scenarios where people buy their first home as their only home. And that's the home the kids will inherit. So if you have an emergency and you think that selling the home will satisfy that emergency, it won't, because you never wanted to sell a house. You bought it with a purpose. But then there's people that want to invest. They buy the first home, they build some equity, and they do not become emotionally attached. And then they're ready to buy the second home within 2 or 3 years. And little by little, they're building equity to where they can buy different homes, not just one, and then they start renting.
We have another question. This one's on the notary. How has technology changed the notary profession, especially with remote online notarization?
It really hasn't changed much, because this is a profession that you
do need to like get thumbprint and stuff, so you do need to.
We have to do it the old school way, because it's not something that is going to change. Remember, notarizing is me conducting a verification of your documents and your persona. So although we do have tools to do it over the phone, I'll send you a DocuSign and then you sign it. I'm not really verifying things because you're not there in person.
It's not personal.
So,
but
there are some people that
with the notary, you do have to get a thumbprint and you do have to get driver's license.
Yes. And depending on the type of document, you also get an oath. So there are things that cannot change with technology. They have to be done.
Thank you for that question, because I love the answer that it can't be changed by technology. Yes.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet.
And then we have another question about the hotel management. What are your duties at the hotels?
Well, I run the daily operations. So from hiring to training to managing sales to advertisement to, I pretty much run the whole business. The only thing I don't do is pay people.
So they work for free?
No, I don't. Someone else does that for me.
You mean the payroll?
The payroll. Yeah, I don't do payroll. But because this is something I can handle. If it was a bigger hotel, then they have departments for everything, for training, for hiring, for
So out of the 15 jobs you have, how do you keep track of all these? How do you do them all at once? That's a lot of work. That's a lot of running around.
It's a lot of.
Well, first of all, I have to admit I'm a workaholic.
Okay. I was going to guess that, but I wasn't sure.
Yes, I have to keep my mind busy. I feel like that's just the norm for me. But I enjoy everything that I do. I do have a background in finance, so I was always great with numbers.
Sure.
And I really enjoy the connection that I have with staff, so that makes my job very easy. And I love just connecting with the community. I think that was the success of me being there in that position for all these years. I have such a strong connection. I like to build relationships, so you guys will probably hear from me again for other purposes, because I do like to connect with people. I like to hear their stories, and there's always something that I can do for others, and I think that's the reason why I like to connect.
Yeah, that's kind of why we do what we do too.
And don't you enjoy that?
Yeah, it's
like,
very satisfying.
And do you want to get paid for it?
No.
Exactly, we do it for free.
What is the name of the hotels you're managing?
One of them is called Tuscan Garden Inn.
Tuscan Garden Inn, okay.
That's the one that is close to downtown LA. Oh no, there's two, and the other one is Casabella Inn.
Casabella
Inn.
Casabella Inn and Tuscan Garden Inn.
Yes.
Okay. So those are the two hotels that she's managing near downtown.
Near downtown LA, yeah.
Okay. All right. What else? Oh, I do want to interrupt for a minute. Well, if you guys just joined, we're talking to Ellie, and she is in hotel management as well as a realtor, a notary, and she does have a nonprofit named Coyote Project.com. And if you just joined us also, I'd like to tell you that next Thursday we have our in-person event, and we have a great partnership with two different businesses. The Pasadena Financial Project, which is Anaid and Nellie, and they're teaming up with Rhiannon over at Westmont, and we're going to be over at Westmont Senior Living next Thursday, July 9th at 4:30 p.m., from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. So come join us. It's a beautiful location,
Very
so come
nice.
check it out. You might want to just, take a look around, and I'm sure they'll give you tours if you want. So it's going to be a fun event. Come and check it out, okay? Please RSVP if you can, and if you can't find the event, contact me, and I will be happy to put you on the RSVP list. Let's see, we've got another question.
And if I may add, for anyone that is new through my platform, that's how I met these two amazing people.
That's
So
right.
you might want to come to that event so that you can get to know this community.
Yeah, the Culver City Biz events are really great because there's a lot of connections that are being made, and we get a good turnout of people. So if you have been sort of, wanting to check it out, come and join us. It'll be a really good event for you to check out. Someone is asking if the Pink Coyote is a 501c3.
It is.
It is.
It is.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you want people to know about you or about your profession before we go?
I'm very grateful that I was given this platform to share a little bit about what I do. I was sharing with him earlier that I'm also a life coach because I like to empower people. And sometimes through our professions, we do that without even knowing. So whenever anyone feels like they need to ask questions, that you want to know something, feel free to contact me. I do not want to ever hold information that can be helpful to you. Mm-hmm. And I do this for free.
And also confidentiality, right? It's all in
Yes.
confidence.
Yes, I hold a Notary Public license, so you should know it's always going to be confidence with me.
I would trust you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for joining us
Yeah.
today. We appreciate you doing this. And if any of you out there want to come and be on our live stream, let us know, and we're happy to put you into the queue. And let's see, somebody else. Oh, Vicky is saying thank you for your help with the research you have done for me.
Oh, Vicky.
Thank you.
Thank you for trusting me, Vicky. I met her at your event.
Yes, she was there.
When she shared what she needed, I took this upon myself to make sure I have to do some research because I didn't want her to just, have all these doubts in her mind. So thank you for trusting me, Vicky.
Wonderful, that's
Very
great.
nice.
Thank you, everyone. I hope you guys are enjoying watching the game, and we'll see you guys next Friday.
Happy 4th.
Yes,
Happy
have a great 4th of July.
July.
Wonderful weekend.
Be safe.
Be safe out there.
And sane. I don't even know what that means, but just do it.
Safe and safe.